Welcome to Motorcycling Australia, and thank you for volunteering. The role of a marshal is an essential one for the safety and well-being of competitors as well as everyone at the event. Every Motorcycling Australia event highly depends on volunteer marshals who are prepared to give up their time for the love of what many think is the most exciting sport in the world. Marshalling is a very rewarding experience. There is the chance to make a contribution to the event, meet new friends, and get closer to the racing than anyone else except for the competitors themselves. In fact, the marshals have, without question, the best view of the track. Additionally, there is the chance to marshal not only at your local races, but marshal at Australia's biggest international races, like the World Superbike Championship and MotoGP. No previous experience is required, and training is provided, including this instruction video. Marshals are not spectators. They carry out essential tasks for the riders and are an essential component of the safety of the riders and events. This video is an introduction to volunteer as a marshal at Motorcycling Australia events, including the Australian Superbike Championship, known as ASBK. The presentation contains general guidance and instructions created from the experience of senior Motorcycling Australia officials with decades of experience. We hope this video inspires you to get involved in Motorcycling Australia events. For more information on getting your Motorcycling Australia officials licence and attending a Motorcycling Australia event, then check out ma.org.au and click the Volunteers tab. Flag marshalling is one of the most important roles a marshal can do, and race control relies heavily on having a team of well-disciplined and competent flag marshals. Flags are used to keep riders informed of track conditions, warn riders of hazards and incidents on the track ahead of them, and provide instructions to riders. Where it's provided, stand behind the flag point debris fence and do not move out of the flag point protection area, but keep yourself in the best position so you can see all the sector for which you are responsible. Remember that you want to position yourself where the rider can best see your flag. When waving a flag, it is recommended to use a figure-8 pattern to avoid tangling. If you've not waved a flag before, practice when there are no bikes on the circuit. Single-waved yellow flags are used to cover fallen or stopped riders outside the white lines and curbs, or when track marshals are recovering bikes in the circuit runoff. Double-waved yellow flags are used to indicate oncoming riders that there is a hazard on the track or on the painted curbs. The use of double yellow flags has been introduced to convey the warning of an increased risk to everyone after a bike or rider crashes and ends up on the track surface. When you have an incident in your sector, wave the yellow flag or flags. Keep waving until the incident is clear or you have been directed by race control to withdraw the flags. Observe rider behaviour when the yellow flag is displayed. Riders who overtake in a yellow zone must be reported to race control. Some flag points will also have curb linings installed in their vicinity. They mean the same as a yellow flag and are illuminated whenever the yellow flag is waved. Whenever there is a crash, the flag point just ahead of the crash will wave the yellow flag or double yellow flags as required. The flag point ahead of the point waving the yellow flag will show a stationary yellow flag, and the point after the crash will show a waved green flag. From the first yellow flag to the waved green flag, that is known as the yellow flag zone. When riders are in the zone, they must not overtake another rider until they pass the waved green flag. If you see a pass in that zone, immediately report it to race control. The green flag is waved at the first flag point following an incident where the flag points are displaying yellow flags to signify that the track is clear. It is also waved at each flag point for the first lap of each practice session, the sighting lap, and the warm-up lap prior to races. Not only does it indicate that the track is clear, but it also gives all riders the opportunity to confirm the location of the flag points. The lack of adhesion flag is waved whenever any material such as oil, water or debris is on the track and is likely to decrease the traction available to the rider. When the riders have hit the track, it is good practice to display the lack of adhesion flag until such time as the track surface has been checked and confirmed as okay. If you think that there is something on the track that could affect the grip, display the yellow and red stripe flag and call it into race control. The red flag is waved to stop a race, qualifying or practice session. It is only used on direct orders from race control. The instruction will come via radio communication and the flag marshal should respond immediately. The blue flag is shown to riders about to be overtaken or lapped during qualifying and racing conditions. A waved blue flag indicates to riders that they are about to be passed, most likely within your sector by a faster bike. Wave the blue flag as the slower rider approaches your flag point. The flag is displayed to significantly slower riders likely to be soon passed in these circumstances. Carefully monitor the positions of the lead and tail end riders and get assistance of others at the point to help you do this. Race control may also assist in reminding when to use the blue flag. Blue flags should not be displayed to riders racing each other on the same lap and are of reasonably equal speed to each other. The black flag and number board is normally used when a rider has committed some sort of rule infringement or has a technical problem. The black flag is always shown with a number board showing the number of the bike affected and is shown only after receiving instructions from race control. Riders showing the black flag must enter the pits as soon as they have seen the flag or pull off the track if the machine is not safe to continue. The white flag is waved to indicate to the riders that there is a slow-moving vehicle ahead on the track and is displayed only after receiving instructions from race control. The waved checkered flag is used to signal the conclusion of the race, qualifying or practice session and is displayed at the start-finish line. Curb warning lights, which are also operated by flag marshals, are strategically positioned flashing yellow lights that work in collaboration with the flag signals provided by the marshals. Again, flags and the use of curb warning lights are used to keep riders informed of track conditions, warn riders of hazards and incidents on the track ahead of them, and provide instructions to the riders. Motorcycle racing is exciting, but it's also potentially dangerous. Your number one priority is always your own safety. Stay behind safety barriers until an incident requires you to go trackside. If possible, never turn your back to the track. If you must face away from the track, make sure someone is watching out for you. Remember, one fallen rider may quickly be followed by another. Please make sure that you have all the equipment that you need to recover a bike or clean up the track. If you think you are missing equipment, report it as soon as possible. Make sure your team is organised before bikes are on the track. Decide beforehand who will do what and in what order, such as who will go to the front of the bike, who will go to the back of the bike, who will collect the debris, who will carry the fire extinguisher, who will check the track for leftover debris, and so on. If an incident has brought out a red flag, remember, do not move a bike or take away any parts until the clerk of course has given you the okay. But if a rider is trapped under a bike or could be burnt or risks serious injury, you must remove the bike or motorcycle from the rider immediately. As most incidents will involve the recovery of a crashed bike, always take note if a bike is losing oil or fluids, and if so, report it immediately to race control. Oil or other fluids can sometimes be left on the track as a result of a technical problem or fall. Small spills and drops of fluid on the track can often be treated with absorbent towels, and larger spills with powdered absorbent material. Always check with race control before applying any cleanup process. Riders can rejoin the race after a crash, but marshals should check the bike is in a fit state to continue. There shouldn't be any pieces hanging off like broken levers or any fluids leaking. If a rider insists on restarting against your advice, do not attempt to physically prevent them. Just immediately advise race control. Marshals are no substitute for the medical professionals who will be present at every Motorcycling Australia event. But remember, you may occasionally be requested to assist with the lifting and moving of medical equipment or patients. Track marshals should not touch a rider. They should not pull or push a rider to get him or her away from the track. Ask the rider to move to a less dangerous position and point the way if required. If you have observed a casualty who has had a heavy fall or blow to the head, even if he or she claims to be fine, pass any observations to the medical team and race control. Make sure that the helmet of an injured rider goes with him or her to the medical centre. Every flag point and operational official will have a radio. It is your job to know how to use it. To ensure your radio is working efficiently, a radio check will be conducted by race control, usually first thing in the morning and immediately after the lunch break or when your radio has been replaced. Keep your messages short and to the point because other incidents may be happening at the same time. Always remember to maintain complete radio silence for the warm-up, sighting and first lap of the race, and only make calls for current on-track incidents or emergencies. If you are calling an incident, remember the three most common terms: bike down, bike run wide, bike stop mechanical. Race control will always require the following information: where the incident is, what the bike is doing, track condition, what the rider is doing, whether the bike is leaking oil or fluids, and the bike number if possible. A typical example of a radio call is as follows.
Race control, this is point 2, bike down. Roger, point 2, what's the condition of the rider? Rider is up. What is the location of the bike? It's on the rider's left. Is the bike on the track? Track is clear. Race control to point 2, can you give me an update on the rider? The rider is walking in a fence and walking safe. Race control, this is point 2. Go ahead, point 2. The bike number is 21. Thank you, point 2.
Try to get bike numbers to race control, but if you cannot read the number, just say so and the next flag point should try to get it. And at any time a bike contacts the air fence or any barrier, race control must be informed. By following the basic techniques contained in this video, you will find that being a Motorcycling Australia Marshal is one of the most rewarding volunteer jobs you can do. You will be amongst friends, in a mutually supportive environment where the whole team is a crucial part of creating a safe and successful race event. We hope this video inspires you to get involved or to improve your marshalling skills. Most importantly, enjoy yourself, motorcycle sport, and stay safe. More information can be found at ma.org.au.